Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boys, the Goofy Guzmas, and we are back today with another video. Today, a Decidueye GX Ninetails deck profile, post-rotation. And I have been trying this deck out for quite some time, and I actually enjoy it a lot. For most people who know me, I play Metagross most of the time, but Decidueye has been hitting everything for pretty much a win. There is only one or two decks that I can say it has trouble with, and I'll get into that later. We'll just start off, of course, the 4 Decidueyes. It's pretty much a staple in the deck. There's nothing really much to say about that. And then we have the 3 Dartrix and the 4 Rowlet. The deck, basically, you just want to get up as many Decidueye as you want. Mainly, I try to get up at least 2, but since we have the Profilin Ninetails, which I run a 2-2 line of that. I am not running the new Burning Shadows one because I feel like it is underwhelming compared to this GX. The GX is 210 HP. It rarely gets knocked out in one hit. They have to have 210. Most GXs are hitting for 180 on the average. So that 210 HP is huge, especially with the Ice Path GX. It is a huge deal, especially with Decidueye being able to get out that Alolan Ninetails and Feather Arrow 2 or 3 on the board, and then Ice Blading another one, and taking knockouts as early as possible. It is so important, especially only being a double colorless for attachment. It's so good. One Retreat as well, so good. Vulpix helps get those beacons to get those Pokemon. A lot of people feel like since after rotation there's no Via Seeker, so Beacon will be not as good, I should say. I think it's still going to be great. You're always going to be beaconing. Even if you have a bad hand. If you have a bad hand, you want them to end you. That's why later you'll see the beacon comes in handy because there's some other Pokemon you can get to, and we're going to get into that. We got Necrozma, Espeon, and Koko. Now these are more just text. Koko, I feel, does very well with the Garb matchup. When you cannot get a Field Blower out, Koko can help with that, because double colorless, flying flip all the way around can add up a lot of damage, especially this new Burning Shadows card, Necrozma. So it stops from normal Pokemon, which stops against Garbodor. It does have that psychic weakness, but Black Ray GX does 100 damage to each of your opponent's GX and EX, which you can take if you have a Decidueye out. Let's say just one. Actually, let's just say 2 of them. Let's say you have 2 Decidueye out and Black Ray GX. You hit 2 Shaman on the bench with the Black Ray GX, and before that you Feather Arrow both of them. Both the Shaman are now knocked out. You just took 4 prizes from 1 GX. That's insane. It also does very well against the one matchup I feel it has trouble with, Ho-Oh. Ho-Oh seems like a very hard matchup for this deck, since it does not have a weakness to water. It has a weakness to lightning, which weakness to lightning is not that bad, but weakness to lightning for Ho-Oh is so good against this deck because it can hit Decidueye for straight knockouts. It can choice band or steam up, and Phoenix Burn for a straight knockout on Alolan Ninetails as well. It is a hassle to deal with, and Espeon you can't evolve because it is a basic. So that's when it comes in handy to have Necrozma, when you can spread damage all over their bench. Say they have Shaymins, or since Shaymin's going out, they have Lele's or Ho-Oh or Volcanion. It is a lot easier to take those knockouts when they have 100 damage on each of them. Now next, we have the typical 3 Lele's. So consistent. I don't feel like I need 4 in this deck. I see a lot of decks running 4 now just because they don't want to dead draw since Via Seeker is gone. But I feel like it does pretty well. Energy Drive does a lot. You can hit for 100 if they have 3 energy on them, and then also use Decidueye and say you have 3 out and take a 160 knockout, or attach Choice Band and you're hitting for 190 with Decidueyes. It's pretty insane if you have just 1 double colorless, which it's so easy in this deck to get 1 double colorless. And now onto the supporters. We got the infamous 4 Sycamore. It's a staple at this point. And then the 3 ends. I am only running 3 ends because I don't feel like I need more than 4 or more than 3. 4 is a little overstretched. First turn you want to hit that Bridget, so you don't want to get stuck with an N in your hand. It is nice to have an N in your first hand if you don't have a way to get that Bridget over Sycamore, but most of the time you can Sycamore first turn and still be okay because of the resources you have. And I'll show you guys those later. And we also have the 2, your boy, Guzma. I'm looking for those full arts, but 2 Guzma. I don't feel like you need more than 2 in this deck. A lot of decks do need more than 2 after post-rotation, but 2 in this is pretty much that number you want to hit. If you ever need them back, you can always use Decidueye's GX, Hollow Hunt, and get 3 cards from your discard pile into your hand. So you can get that Guzma, a Choice Band, and a DCE, and hit for 120 and Guzma, and take a knockout on something on the bench. It's pretty nice, but I don't see a huge demand for it in this deck since we can snipe on the bench with both Alolan Ninetails and Decidueye. And next, a staple index pretty much now is that Bridget. Bridget can get out all of those starting Pokemon like Rowlet, and they can get out the 1 Vulpix. Say you start with Espeon, it can get you the Vulpix and the 2 Rowlet. Setting up, attach, and retreat into the Vulpix, and you can get 2 Decidueyes, rare candy into both of the Decidueyes. It's pretty great, especially on a first turn. It's one of the best, if not the best start in a evolution deck. So now we're going to go ahead into the item cards. A lot of the item cards are pretty much the staples. It's the 4 Ultra Ball, and I am running something that a lot of Decidueyes ran before post-rotation. I am running 2 Timer Balls. I feel like with the resources that I have, the 2 Timer Balls help so much to get those evolutions out. Even if I don't hit them, it's okay. I still have ways to get cards, but Timer Ball just makes it so much quicker to get those Pokemon out. And then we run 3 choice band and 2 floats. The 3 choice band is phenomenal in this deck. You can hit for 120 with the Decidueye. You can hit for 80 with Ice Blade. If you're hitting fire, you can hit for 160 with Ice Blade. It is insane damage. You can also hit for Coco. You can hit for 50 and 20 around the board. It's a really good card. It helps you hit those extra numbers, especially when you're trying to take all these knockouts with Decidueye. 2 float stones are super good, and the field blowers are also super good as well. We got the 3 field blowers and the 4 rare candy, and only the 2. We got the revitalizer and the special charge. The revitalizer and special charge are pretty much a necessity. I was running super rod, but I don't see a use for it. And then we have the 3 grass, 2 rainbow, and 4 double colorless. 2 rainbow is really good to attach to the Alolan Ninetails and try and get a blizzard edge off. A lot of people never see it coming. Also, you can prismatic burst with it. Also, you can use Tapu Cure. There is so many options with the rainbow energy, and it never really harms you. Say you attach it to here after 180, you can just ice path all the damage that you just put on there. It's pretty good. The deck is pretty much consistent. I have no complaints so far. The deck runs really well against evolutions. If I was you guys, I would try out this deck. Decidueye is never going away. And if you guys like this video, if you guys like deck profiles, go ahead, leave a like down below, and we'll bring back some more deck profiles on the way. Post-rotation, non-post rotation for Worlds. Up to you guys. If you guys enjoy this video, go ahead, subscribe, and we'll see you later.